Hello, good morning everybody, and thank you for your time. We'll start off just with a picture of a diamond, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. Normal disclaimers, and let's get into the background. For those of you that don't know Gem Diamonds, large producer of type 2A diamonds, about 40% of our production above 10.8 carats are type 2A D color diamonds. Clear focus on creating value just at our Letseng mine. We have an asset in Botswana which is currently on care and maintenance, which we're actually looking to offload at the moment. But we really also have a focus on generating additional value out of our sales and marketing business, which is based in Antwerp, where we will add value through the sales and marketing process, or in certain circumstances we'll pull diamond production off the market and cut and polish it ourselves. We're also working on some innovation to have a look at reducing diamond damage by identifying diamonds within the kimberlite, and I'll speak a little bit more about that in a few minutes. The Letseng mine is located in the Maluti Mountains in the Kingdom of Lesotho at 3,200 meters above sea level. So it's not only the highest diamond mine in the world, but also has the highest average dollar per carat for any kimberlite diamond mine in the world, albeit at an exceptionally low grade of around about 2 carats per 100 ton. We have 3 treatment plants, and in those 3 treatment plants we're producing in the order of 6.5 million tons throughput of kimberlite a year. And what's unique about Letseng is that we've actually got 2 pipes in the single pit, 2 distinct pipes with completely different characteristics, but in one pit. So a little bit more about the Letseng mine. 15 and 16 were very, very difficult years for our organization. What we did see in 2017 is a bit of an improvement in the second half of the year with large diamond recoveries, and quite frankly, everything about Letseng is geared towards large diamond recoveries. We don't make a profit unless we get the large diamonds. I'll talk a little bit more and show you some examples of some of the diamonds we recovered last year. We also are on a big efficiency drive and a big turnaround program to take cost out of the business and improve our efficiencies and our recoveries, and we'll speak a little bit more about that as well. Continued optimization of the life of mine plan is another key driver for us, because we are starting to get to a point where waste is at peak now, and we're looking at how do we reduce that and accelerate the exposure of kimberlite at a lower cost. We're also this year going into a project to extend our mining lease. We have a lease that's up to 2024, and we're trying to expand that to 2034, and the negotiations with government have started. It's important for us because we have a huge capital consideration that we have in stripping waste over the next 10 years. Some of our operational results are touched on it. We're at peak waste now. We see our waste profile diminishing over the next 10 years. Ore treated is sitting at 6.4 million tons, and we see it staying around that level over the next number of years. Important factor that is that we're now focusing on value over volume, because it's important that we don't damage the diamonds that we do recover. And our carat recovery is sitting at 112,000 carats a year, and we're seeing that being fairly consistent over the next 5 years. So if you have a look at this chart, lots of data on it, but I'll point you to 2017. Sort of mid-year through 2017, we were saying our year was going to be similar to 2016. If you have a look at the 20 to 60 carats, that's where we make our money at Letseng. The diamonds bigger than 100 carats, quite frankly, are very nice to get, and they give you a little bit of bragging rights, but the money is made around the 20 to 60 carats. Second half of the year, we basically got half of those diamonds came out in quarter 4, which is really, really important for us because we're starting to see the improvements in our process efficiency coming through. And there were some exceptional diamonds last year. There's some examples of them. There's a 202 carat diamond up there, but the important ones for us are in the 50 to 60 carats. We were getting $62,000 a carat on average, which for us is the best that we have achieved in the history of Letseng for mid-sized white goods. We also has carried on into this year with the recovery of 5 diamonds over 100 carats already. The headline, of course, for us is a 910 carat D flawless stone, which is currently on the market for sale, and we hope to have that sale concluded before the middle of the year. We also recover quite a few colored stones, and a lot of people don't realize that Letseng actually pulls out a couple of really nice pink diamonds. some of those diamonds are achieving exceptional value on tender, roughly around about between $160,000 and $200,000 a carat. From a sales and marketing perspective, we believe that the market for our goods remains robust. We're actually seeing our prices increase rather than stay flat or decrease as you're seeing in the bottom end of the market. Our average price for last year was at $1,900 a carat, but in quarter 4 was as high as $2,200 a carat as we started producing more of the top-end goods. Last year, seven gem quality stones above 100 carats, which sold really, really well for us, and we saw robust demand. The second bullet point there talks about 38 gems over $1 million last year. The year prior to that, there were 34, but sold for a value of $70 million. So we really are seeing a huge increase in demand for these top-end goods. Just onto our transformation and the work that we're doing there, we've previously guided some $20 million out of our business. We've already accounted for $5 million of that. Come mid-year, we'll declare $10 million, and we are on track to deliver the rest of that $20 million by the end of the year. We also have identified a number of additional opportunities for us to increase that. We're busy working through the details of that at the moment, and as soon as we've got clarity on the order of magnitude of additional cost out of our business, we will guide that to the market. But the important point there is that $20 million is about a 14% reduction in OPEX, which is sustainable into the future. And what are we doing? We're doing nothing special. We're looking at improved plant availabilities, contract management. We're looking at mine planning efficiencies and recovery efficiencies. Just a suite of normal stuff that you would expect an operation to be looking at. Onto the innovation. This is very exciting work for us. At Letseng, it's very, very clear that value is created through not breaking diamonds. 10.8 and above, 80% of our diamonds are showing some sign of damage, which goes straight through to the bottom line. We have developed some technology in collaboration with our partners at the University of Johannesburg that is able to see a diamond in a kimberlite. And that blue diagram over there is a 170 mil rock with a 7-carat diamond in the middle of that rock, and the red is the actual diamond that is showing up. The next trick, of course, is once you've identified this, how do you get it out of the rock? And we're using electrical pulse generating technology, which is the diagram on the far right. And that diagram shows you, or photograph, excuse me, shows a prototype that is currently on site at Letseng that is using a non-mechanical method of breaking rock and liberating diamonds. The challenge for us right now is to say, how do we actually commercialize this technology to identify the diamonds inside the kimberlite? So the next step for us is to enter into a collaboration agreement to commercialize this technology, and we hope to have a working prototype at Letseng within the next year and a half. From a financial perspective, we generated quite a bit of cash in the second half of last year, particularly in the third quarter. We've now got back into a situation where we're in a net cash position. We do have $47 million worth of cash on hand as of the 31st of December. Hopefully we will increase that as we sell some of the diamond production from the first half of this year. And of course, we still have available facilities which are as yet undrawn. The challenge now for us is to make sure that we maintain this momentum of generating cash as we have done over the last half of last year. So there's not much more that I want to chat about this morning. Suffice it to say that Letseng is the focus. We've had a great start to this year. We have been very fortunate in some of the diamonds that we have recovered over the first half of this year. The mantra for us is that the focus remains on cost out the business, productivity efficiencies, and returning strength to our balance sheet for the benefit of the operation and, of course, our various stakeholders. So thank you very much for your time this morning.